Hey everybody, welcome back to part 3 of What If the Z Fighters Became Saiyans. And before we begin, as always, I'm OG Brown Nerd. If you're a fan of everything Marvel, DC, anime, Dragon Ball, literally anything nerdy, I probably talk about it, so you should subscribe. So close to 7K, let's get it. So with future Trunks deciding to stay behind, the Z Saiyans have 2 Super Saiyans with them to help them learn this new form. Now Vegeta is going to train off on his own like canon, and he'll learn the form exactly how he did then. Tien, Yamcha, Goku, and Gohan are all going to be training under Krillin and future Trunks during the 3-year time skip. Now I do want to note that Trunks is going to feel a very special connection with young Gohan, knowing that in the future Gohan was his master. He feels happy that he gets to train him for a change. Gohan also feels a lot of kinship for future Trunks, just like he did in the original story. Now, after teaching the Saiyans the trigger of anger and how the power comes in response to a need, not a desire, they all understand. As Trunks recalls his first time transforming, Krillin can't help but note the similarities to his own transformation. Because after Goku's death at the hands of Frieza, he knew he needed to end Frieza, otherwise all of his friends would have died, and he felt immeasurable grief and anger in that moment. By the end of the 3rd year, Yamcha, Tien, Gohan, and Goku all eventually learned to tap into this legendary form. Now, quick little caveat, thankfully for them, Gero stopped taking measurements 3 years ago. However, his last data entry was Krillin versus Frieza. This means he does know about the Super Saiyan transformation. But also keep in mind, he does not know that everybody knows how to transform. On top of this was Krillin's power level 3 years ago. So both sides are going to be surprised in the upcoming conflict. The day of the android attack comes, and after trying to jump Yamcha, Gero and Android 19 are caught off guard by his insane reflexes. Yamcha flares his ki to alert his friends to his location, and he suggests that they take this battle somewhere quiet. Goku and Krillin step up to face Dr. Gero and Android 19, however Trunks tells them that something is wrong. These are not the androids that destroyed his future. Gero instantly perks up. Future? This boy had time traveled? He described androids, so Cell must not have awoken yet. He sounds like he's describing 17 and 18. Krillin and Goku begin squaring off against him, but unfortunately as soon as Goku's battle begins, he's taken out via his heart virus. The symptoms never manifested before, so he never had to take the medicine. Piccolo is the one who rushes him back home this time, and he's going to stay over and watch him. Krillin continues his battle and goes Super Saiyan against Gero, while Vegeta descends down and battles Android 19. Vegeta is absolutely unmerciful and transforms, killing 19 just like canon, which causes Gero to snap and decide to make a run for it. He was barely able to hold his own against Krillin. If it wasn't for his energy absorption, he would have been killed already. This leads to the same chase as in canon, and of course Gero makes it back to his lab and activates 17 and 18. They immediately rebel and kill him, and the Z Saiyans watch as 17 and 18 escape with the 3rd android. Trunks is even more confused at this. What the hell did he do to this timeline? The androids want Goku, and Vegeta is tired of these games and decides to battle Android 18. Now remember, the androids are scaled above the Z Fighters just like canon because Gero always made them more powerful. Despite their newfound levels, the androids will be stronger. 18 mollywops Vegeta and then Trunks before Gohan, Krillin, Tien, and Yamcha try to battle, and 17 steps in. The androids are having a blast, both of them battling 2 Super Saiyans at the same time, which seems like a fair fight. Tien and Yamcha quickly coordinate against 17 while Gohan and Krillin fight 18. Now 17 quickly dispatches his Saiyans while 18 plays around with Krillin, and the two of them flirt, or at least Android 18's version of flirting. Now, unbeknownst to them, Tien and Yamcha decide to use a secret technique they learned and mastered from Goku during the past 3 years. Their energies no longer individual, they merge and amplify as they perform the fusion dance, transforming into Tiencha. Now, Tiencha begins pouring it on 17, causing 18 to stop messing around as she joins in with her brother. Now, Tiencha is extremely powerful. 2 Super Saiyans fused, he's absolutely broken in this point in the story. He manages to quickly dispatch 17 and 18 before he's blindsided by Android 16, who grabs his android friends and run away. Now they can't sense their energies, so they're left to wonder where they went. Tiencha was a little bit too full of himself, just like Yamcha in some cases. The fusion then gives Krillin, Gohan, Trunks, and Vegeta Senzu beans, healing them, and Vegeta is shocked. Who the hell is this? And Tiencha introduces himself. Now Trunks has already met him, as during the 3 years they trained together. Now they need to find the androids now. Maybe returning to the lab, there's something there that will help Bulma track them, or maybe even destroy them fully. Now in Capsule Corp, a few strange things happen. First, someone messages Bulma of an unregistered Capsule Corp device, which turns out to be Trunks' time machine, or at least another version of it. Second, they continue to feel large pools of energy just disappearing. Trunks swears he just felt Sukuna's presence. What the hell is happening in Shibuya? Bulma continues her work, working on a remote that will destroy the androids. The Z Saiyans all try to pinpoint what's happening in the city, and Piccolo has had enough of being on the sidelines. He decides to leave Goku's side and do something. And knowing that Kami is at the end of his life, he decides to use this to his advantage. He uses the Dragon Balls to wish for his potential to be unlocked, and then he fuses with Kami. His power level is now astronomical. And Kami was dying anyway, so he knew he needed to do this and to make this final wish count, so he took the risk, leaving the Earth without Dragon Balls. Now in West City, Cell has finished absorbing everyone, and the first one to confront him is Piccolo. His new power is tremendous, but Cell is from the future. He has Piccolo's DNA inside of him, and seeing him reach this potential is shocking to Imperfect Cell. How the hell is this happening? Now Imperfect Cell manages to pull one over on Piccolo, who's still getting used to his newfound power. And when he escapes, the Z Saiyans approach, and their minds are blown at Piccolo's new power. Gohan is really happy, and he jokes that Piccolo might be stronger than his own dad now. And Vegeta's pride continues being shattered. Now the Namekian is stronger than him too? First these false Saiyans, now this? What the hell? They move Goku to Master Roshi's, as it seems the androids are dead set on hunting him down, and they leave Gohan and Krillin to protect him, while the rest of the fighters try to track down Cell. They're scouring the news, checking for any reports of a mysterious being or disappearances. Vegeta's ego is seething, and it's unbridled at this point. He wants to prove himself the strongest, and this will lead to some incredibly stupid mistakes. While they look at the TV, 17 and 18 alongside 16 show up to Master Roshi's island. Now while Tiencha can handle both of them, Piccolo and Vegeta are the ones that step up. And Trunks stops him, saying that Tien and Yamcha should handle this, but they should stay ready for Cell, appeasing his ego. Vegeta scoffs. He doesn't give a shit what happens to anybody. He tells them as long as when Cell comes, he's the one to face him, they can do what they want. 17 and 18 look around, asking where that weird-looking fighter is, and Yamcha scoffs, saying he's around. Now they all fly off to a nearby island, and unbeknownst to them, Cell is lying in the wind, a trap for the androids and the Z Saiyans. Goku is still recovering at home with Chi-Chi, while Bulma is still working on the remote. Now with 17's scaling in this, he is a little bit under Piccolo's new form. But Piccolo still hasn't mastered his newfound powers yet. He doesn't really know how to tap into his true potential. And once Tien and Yamcha fuse into Tiencha, it's kind of a wrap for the androids. So Piccolo begins battling Android 17, while Tiencha battles 16 and 18. Goku, Trunks, Krillin, and Gohan watch as the battle unfolds, but then they sense something. Why is Goku down there? And that's when they realize it's a trap by Cell. He's waiting to pounce on the androids. As Piccolo knocks 17 to the ground, Cell is quick to capture him. And now the games are truly going to begin. Now I'm going to end this part off right here. I know you guys love the cliffhangers. Now this story is kind of following a very similar path to the canon storyline, but I promise you it's going to diverge and diverge and diverge. There's already a bunch of changes, as I'm sure you guys have noticed, and I'm trying to give each individual Z fighter their own shine. But let me know what you guys want to see in the next part in the comments below, and don't forget to hit subscribe for more. Peace.